That has to do with all public buildings to be opened and made available to shelter all Canadian nationals who are unhoused. Okay, who would like to speak to that? His Excellency Michael Hawkins, so your National Minister of Housing. How appropriate that you open the discussion, Your Excellency. Go right ahead.
Thank you so much, Your Royal Majesty. This is one of my favorite royal decrees because it gets to the heart of the matter. And I would like to just quickly read it for everybody. All public schools, community centers, hospitals, arenas, etc., are to immediately be open to shelter homeless Canadian nationals due to previous systemic enslavement systems, intentional neglect, corruption, economic sabotage, incompetence, and plutocracy. The state and well-being of the Kingdom of Canada's housing, it is an abysmal state. And as such, all public offices, national, provincial, and municipal buildings, inclusive all buildings, occupied by useless and corrupt politicians and bureaucrats, all public schools, community centers, hospitals are to immediately be open to shelter homeless Canadian nationals. And as we, the people, look around the streets of the Kingdom of Canada, we have Canadian nationals everywhere. And our useless, corrupt politicians need to vacate the premises to make way for Canadian nationals. Zero homelessness in the Kingdom of Canada. This royal decree is very clear and well defined and goes hand in hand with Royal Decree 70275-277, dismantling this kakistocracy at City Hall for once and for all. No Canadian national, let me repeat, zero Canadian nationals or nationals of any sovereign nation should ever be unhoused or precariously housed. As Her Royal Majesty Queen Romana Didulo I explained, this is a failed social contract to we the people. If your selected officials who have created and managed homelessness, IMs on our streets, this must be fixed immediately and before Her Royal Majesty visits your area. Thank you so much, Your Majesty.
You're welcome. Thank you. Next. Who had their hand up? Sorry, I wasn't. Okay, Her Excellency Sally Wong, Her Excellency Deep Cummings, or His Excellency Herbert. Did Her Excellency Gina Lee have her hand up? No? Okay. Your Excellency Sally Wong, go ahead, please.
Your Royal Majesty, Queen Romana I, we're so appreciative that you speak our language. In this royal decree, there's a paragraph here that I just want to add to what His Excellency Michael just read. This is our language that you're speaking, and it hits it right to the core. So it says in this royal decree, 171, the old systems, politicians and bureaucrats won't have a fancy office, but homeless Canadians will have a warm place to stay and call home. That really warms our heart that our Queen is taking care of the vulnerable so that we won't have to live with this type of inequality in our country. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next. Her Excellency Deep Cummings, all His Excellency Herbert. Next.
So I want to bring back the connection to exactly that. I was going to make reference to what Her Excellency Sally Wong just read. So in reflection of what she just read, this brought me back to in previous Circle of Friends. Oh, my hands. In previous Circle of Friends, This brings us back to the that carte blanche, which means a credit card that they weren't accountable for. The credit card that they had, so hence their poshy, fancy offices came from that. And so it reconnected me to when we had discussed about that, to this royal decree. And homelessness is there because previous enslavement systems, intentional neglect, corruption, economic sabotage, incompetence, and plutocracy. So these things, these corrupt means, are what brought about that we have homelessness. We eradicate those things, we eradicate homelessness. Thank you, Your Majesty.
You're welcome. The system was designed, the old system was designed to ensure that we, the people of the Kingdom of Canada, remained always under their control, under the state of being desperate, needing the old system that called itself government. Because without creating the kakistocracy, they would have nothing to fix, and there would have zero purpose for the existence of such entity. So there was no intent. There was never a plan to solve any of the problems because it was created by the same system. As I said, if you were in the business or in the organization where it was helping, the agenda was to supposedly help the unhoused, and you had made an employment out of that, then whose interest would you be protecting? Yours, who is employed, or those who are unhoused? Because once, as I said, all unhoused have been provided permanent homes, there would have been zero need for all the nonprofit organizations, all the NGOs that were in the business of helping the unhoused. Right? Next, His Excellency Herbert.
Thank you for discussing 171 from all Circle of Friends HEs. Here we have a bureaucrat, corrupt politicians in our We the People communities. Because of, I remember, national, provincial, and municipal buildings are being occupied by the same corrupt corporates away from We the People. Because of when they came to We the People, they asked us as a project, do you need a community hall? Then we communities will agree, yes, we don't have a community hall. Then they fund themselves project. The project will come from a national level to a provincial level. They funding themselves. And the municipal building will be built. But since the COVID strike to stop the corruption, now they are protecting as their assets. Now they put fences around these community centers. That means it's privately owned. It's no longer community beneficial premises. It's what is being happening where I am when we're looking around, saying now they own these properties. When you want to use the community hall, they will say, pay a fee to engage with the communities, to teach people about Her Royal Majesty royal degree. Now, then they will come and saying they are using it for municipal interest. Now we don't know where we can gather, but we did have and funded, and they funded this under the pretense of we the people. Now in that instance, this royal decree, it will be good for Royal Majesty to ensure that they hand over all the assets on the nationalizing them, being given to we the people, so that we can able to shelter the homelessness of Canadian nationals. Because of now, when they own their offices, when they have to leave the office, they cannot lease. They make money out of those offices, releasing for international occupants. Then they collect money through rentals. Even though when they build their buildings here in our communities, they will say, no, they are closing the rapid homelessness housing. But end of the day, they will say lease. Now, it's a crime against humanity who were expecting to have a shelter on their heads, then they found they have to lease. If tomorrow they don't have money to lease, then they have to be again on the street, on the pavement, again, like the banking system done with the housing sales. You are unable to pay, you have to vacate the house so that they can sell it again. Now even the municipal, the bureaucrats, they've adopted what the bankers are doing. Then they are doing it on the funding of building for the nationals, but the leasing for the nationals. That means they are not doing this on the interest of we the people. They are doing this on their own international interest. Now I will say this royal decree will able to help us to unleash us from to be homelessness. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. All right, did we miss anyone? Her Excellency Gina Lee, and I think Her Excellency Deborah Gregg had her hand up earlier. And Her Excellency Sally Wong.
Thank you, Your Majesty. What I really like about this royal decree is the multiple purposes that it addresses, the issues, the multiple issues that it addresses through this one royal decree. It's so effective, efficient, and simplistic all at the same time. It's true genius. And what I mean by that is you're addressing the kakistocracy from these politicians in these offices, removing them from those positions so they can't do any more damage to the we the people with their kakistocracy. Furthermore, then using those offices, including not just those offices of the politicians, but also the indoctrination systems of those schools as well. So then we remove that, and then we use all those assets that are already there, already capable, simple renovations, and immediately address the national crisis of homelessness in the Kingdom of Canada. So incredible royal decree all the way around. And of course, then that amplifies the ability of all nationals to be able to participate in the direction and the creative forces of how the nation will grow and move forward. And so it's just strengthening the community. It's a national security issue. And again, this royal decree handles all of that. Amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next is Her Excellency Deborah Gregg. You have any water? Sorry, excuse me.
Thank you, Your Royal Majesty. I just wanted to say that the wisdom of your royal decree exposes the corruption and the big business of homelessness, which goes right along with the big business of medicine, which goes right along with the big business of child welfare. And you're educating.
Why is she muted? Hang on. One moment. One moment. You were just muted. One sec. Yeah, one moment. Your Excellency Deborah, your microphone in the middle muted itself. So you need to, if you can start probably back to about 30 seconds when you were talking about the royal decree exposing the corruption regarding the pharmaceutical industry. and then move from there. So if you can go back to that part. Go ahead.
Are you talking to me? I'm sorry.
Yes, go ahead. You were muted earlier.
Okay, I just wanted to say the wisdom.
So you can go back to where you were speaking about the corruption by the pharmaceutical industry.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Royal Majesty. The wisdom of the homelessness business, as well as the corruption of the pharmaceutical business, as well as the corruption of the medical services and the child welfare services and the educational services. So bit by bit, you're helping people become aware that the whole system that we have abided in for many, many years has been corrupt, and it has not been for we the people. It has been for the controllers to oppress we the people. And we're grateful for your wisdom. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I also thank my ancestors from the beginning of my lineage all the way to now. And of course, the Grandmaster Creator for gifting me all this wisdom and the skills and talents to continue to unshackle the we the people energetically, and of course from all of the 3D kakistocracy that had been placed there. All right, who's next? Her Excellency Sally Wong. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Royal Majesty. I can see that this Royal Decree number 171 is in progress because of Royal Decree number 178 that's related to the reduction of the non-producing labor force in the government. And we have seen it being downsized already by Doji in the United States. And in the Kingdom of Canada, you say, according to Royal Decree 178, that the 10% labor force reduction will be, from 100% down to 10%. So it's going to make these public offices available to actually do this. So your royal decrees are in progress, and they're very well managed. I mean, you think ahead, and you have other royal decrees that are linked to this. And as to the politicians that are occupying these offices, you call them flower vases that are doing kakistocracy, and you also have introduced the word to us of what they do, totally inutile, and that's why they will not be there, and the vacant public offices will be available for a much better use. Thank you, Your Royal Majesty.
You're welcome. All right, did we cover everyone? Let's move on to the